It's an art to succinctly communicate what you do and why others can benefit from your services. Gail Rubin has been honing her brand, A Good Goodbye, over the course of 6 years. Today she'll talk about some of the tools you can use to brand yourself in her speech titled, Brand Yourself. Please welcome Gail Rubin.
This is a branding iron. Okay, it's a small branding iron. It's actually designed to, you heat it up and then you brand your steak right before you serve it. But imagine this, about 3 feet long, with a much bigger heart shape or whatever shape. This is what, here in the Wild West, they used to brand cattle. And why would you brand your cattle?
No one steals it.
Rustlers.
So you know it's your own cattle. And in this case, branding yourself helps you be outstanding in your field, just like the cattle. Now, when I first wrote my first book in the Death and Dying series, A Good Goodbye, Funeral Planning for Those Who Don't Plan to Die, I thought long and hard about what should that title be. Because a good goodbye can mean a lot of things, and it actually came to me in a deep meditative state. Just kind of floated up out of the darkness. And when I saw it, I said, that's it, because it's not just funeral planning for those who don't plan to die. It's covering end-of-life issues, and end of life is a lot about saying goodbye to various things, not just people, abilities. I'm not going to bring you down this morning about that. We're going to talk about how you take an issue like end of life and turn it into a brand. So there are a number of tools that you can use to reinforce your brand. Signage is a really good start. If you've written a book, you want to have a bigger version of that book cover to sit next to your pile of books, which are not as visually eye-catching. I actually even have a bigger banner, but I was not able to set it up this morning because the zipper's stuck on the case. Darn. You want to do brochures. This is a tips brochure. It's a 3-fold, full-color, stock art with baby boomers on the cover. You want to put your demographic in whatever kind of materials you're doing. Now, this is a good goodbye tips, what you need to know before you go. Reinforcing the Good Goodbye brand. And there's great information in here about minimizing costs related to funerals. But very conveniently on the back, there's all this information about me and all of the different services I offer. Now, if I just handed out a sheet of paper about me and what I do, chances are people are going to throw that away. But when you have a trifold with handy tips, with good information, chances are that will get held onto. And perhaps they will even turn it over and see that, yes, I am a certified funeral celebrant, and yes, I am licensed to sell insurance, and yes, I am all of these things and more. I am the creator of another branding tool, the Newly Dead game, which is like the Newlywed game with all these questions, but the questions are how well you know your partner's last wishes. I created this for the Frozen Dead Guy Days Festival in Nederland, Colorado, and I've been going every year since 2011, and playing this game, and people scramble to sign up for it. And then in between playing these games, I'm showing the documentary Grandpa's in the Tough Shed. But I get sponsors to connect these organizations with the people who are there. I get more than 700 people over the course of the weekend coming through. And so I'll do a raffle drawing to get contact information from people. And here's an example of a very small, but actually rather, this is a bigger version than what I've been doing, but you want to get somebody's name, their phone number, their email. I go even further, getting their age and where they live on my drawing slips. And why would you do this? Why would they fill it out? Well, you offer a book, or you offer a copy of the Newly Dead game as an electronic PDF download. Costs nothing, gets people into your database, which is another important part of branding. Keeping in touch with people who have heard you speak. Now, if you're a writer, you need to be a speaker. If you are a speaker, you need to be a writer, because both reinforce each other to help you build your brand. Not only do you need signage or brochures, but postcards are very handy. If you're a writer and you have a book, a lot of writers will make bookmarks and they'll put information on the back of the bookmark. But compare that with a postcard, which is much wider than a bookmark, which may be, you know, 1.5 inches. You can put a lot more information on the back of a postcard. And you always want to have a call to action on that postcard or on that bookmark to get people to your website to sign up for something free, so you get their name and their contact information. Another aspect of branding. And thank you to Bob for bringing in this month's Marketplace magazine, which is October, and you may not know this, but October 30th is Create a Great Funeral Day. And that is also the day I'm doing a book signing at Bookworks, October 30th. And so they were intrigued by seeing that and called me up and did a little interview. So I've got some press coverage, another way to brand yourself. Now, Susan Cooper and I are going to be doing a presentation, how to brand the art of branding for writers at Southwest Writers Tuesday evening meeting, October 18th, 7 p.m. Would love to see you there if you'd like to be a writer who's also getting well-versed in branding. And then we will follow it up with our Albuquerque Challenge open house, which hopefully will draw a lot of Southwest writers to that meeting, October 30th, 8 a.m. at Cooper Arts Center. So hope to see you there. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you.